What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on Mullen stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news and I will show you that we have quite decent news that was published recently. And I will show you the technical and the fundamental possibility for its next movement to the upside. So stay tuned. And first of all, let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this point and I've told you that we broke this range of resistance that previously was the range of support at roughly 20.88 cents. And because of this breakout below this range, I've told you that most likely this level shouldn't hold and we might see the lower price action. But instead of this, we had this movement to the upside, and right here you can see in heavily increasing volume that with this massive candle broke the next range of resistance, retested from the top, pretty much retested from the top as the range of support, and went even higher. And from my previous video, this asset gained about 90% to its value, and then in a matter of just 3 sessions it lost again about 32%. So definitely huge volatility, and I have to say that this movement to the upside was technical, but it wasn't predictable, because the reason of this movement is right here. So we are on their official website and we can see two latest news that was published recently on December 14th and December 15th. We have two news. First of all, Mullen Automotive partners with Loop Global to deploy EV charging solutions, including a public DC fast charging network and residential offerings. Second one is right here. Mullen receives purchase order from Mullen Automotive Group for 6,000 Class 1 EV cargo vans. And these two news drove the price of Mullen to the upside. And then we have this massive retracement, because in general this asset still doesn't have major fundamentals that might drive its price to much higher points in a long-term perspective. So, and let me show you this news in details. First of all, let's start with this one. And right here you can see that Loop to offer up to $300 million in available financing via its Loop as a Service program to deploy level 2 and level 3 DC public charging stations across the Mullen charging network powered by Loop. And on the one hand, it is very good fundamental news, but on the other hand, let me show you this. In addition, the companies are teaming up to finance and or own and operate EV charging infrastructure through Loop's unique financing program called the Loop Impact Fund. Further, Loop as a Service payment options provide Mullen EV charging network customers with a no capex budget solution for the turnkey installation, so on and so forth. So, and right here you can see Mullen EV charging network customers. Do they have any customers right now? No, they don't have. And I have to say that this basically letter of intention, because they entered into a definitive agreement. This means it is not a contract. It is just an agreement that somewhere in the future they will connect to each other and they will work together. Probably they will work together in order to install this type of charging stations. And I have to say that if they will co-own these stations, definitely Mullen Automotive has to pay something in order to be an owner of these stations. And they don't have money to do so, because they didn't disclose the latest Q3 2022 earnings report, and that's why we don't know whether or not they have any money at all, because recently they acquired two companies and they covered it multiple times, and they have to dilute existing shareholders in order to receive just any money to just reach their so-called next milestone. So, and let's continue with other news. Let's continue with the second one. Right here we have, in my opinion, the major catalyst that was the main driver of this spike in its price. And let me quote you this. Mullen received purchase order from Mullen Automotive Group for 6,000 Class 1 EV cargo vans. and transaction valued at approximately $200 million. Deliveries commence in first quarter 2023. So quite bold statement that in a matter of just 3 months they will deliver first vehicles to the Mullen Automotive group. And I have to say that right now they don't have any chances to produce these vehicles because they don't have money even to burn in order to start their production on their new plant. Let me show you that they still have one vehicle to deliver, and it is an imported vehicle that was imported from China at the very end of October. As you can see, on 23rd of October 2022 they imported this vehicle, and we are on importgenius.com website which tracks all the import-export operations from any legal entity in the United States of America. And because of this we still have a possibility to see first delivery, but it won't be massive. It will be just one vehicle, and definitely it cannot drive the price of Mullen Automotive fundamentally higher. Next potential catalyst that might drive the price of this company higher is this one. We are still on MullenUSA.com website, and this news was published back in the days, and it is directly related to Mullen iGo urban commercial vehicle. And this article was published on November the 9th, and right here we can see that expected delivery date for Mullen iGo samples is December 2022. This means today they have to disclose some information, but the probability of make this happen is not so high, because previously they had to deliver their first class 1 cargo van by the end of November, if I remember it correct, and right now we still don't have any information about these deliveries. And this means that you cannot rely on this type of news as a major catalyst, but still we have this possibility, and if we'll see this news today or probably tomorrow, definitely we'll see the spike on its price. And let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, from the technical standpoint we also have quite a good setup, and it is very risky but still possible. And let me show you this. Probably we have this movement from this point to this one as the completed structure, and because of this we can pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from this point to this highest point. And what do we have right here? We reached exactly golden pocket range, statistically the most probable range of trend reversal, and because of this we have a technical possibility to see a bounce to the upside that might hit some higher targets. For now I cannot tell you which target we might hit, but I also have some doubts with this movement. So if my assumption is correct, we might have, this is our first wave. Second, right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves as the top of our third wave. This probably might be the retracement, and we have to have one more leg to the upside to hit some higher targets, or to have a double top pattern, or to have a truncated fifth wave. I don't know where we might land, but this layout has an issue, and this issue is that if this layout is correct, I have to pull the Fibonacci retracement tool not from the lowest point of the initial bottom, but from this range. And because of this, we broke the golden pocket range without major retracements. Basically, we hit it right here, had this type of movement to the upside that hit again the range of resistance and went lower. And if it is correct, we might see another leg to the downside that probably might hit this range of roughly 25 cents. And probably from this range we might have a bounce. So it is very difficult to assume which level might hold, and that's why, in my opinion, this asset is still very risky, and you cannot rely on these movements to the upside as the fundamental news, because they just publish some news that cannot be a long-term catalyst, and that doesn't imply any obligation on Mullen Automotive to make it happen, because they don't have an obligation to produce and sell these vehicles to the MULN Automotive group, because it is also a letter of intention. That's why you cannot rely on this company as a long-term investment, and that's why just be extremely cautious with your positions. So, and I think from the technical standpoint, that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on